To continue with the series of tutorial demonstration about using the Wouxun KG-UV920P's remote control functions, I will be covering for this part 5 of the series remotely changing of the transceiver's repeater mode. Okay. There are 5 repeater settings in KG-UV920P per information from the user's manual. So that you have first radio mode, which is the normal communication mode. There is also directional crossband repeater mode. There is also two-way crossband repeater mode, repeater receiving mode, and lastly there is repeater transmitting mode. Of these 5, we can only toggle remotely between radio mode and directional crossband repeater mode or two-way crossband repeater mode. So these are the only 3 repeater settings that we could control remotely using an HT or handheld transceiver as your controller. Repeater receiving mode and repeater transmitting mode cannot be controlled remotely because it would require another KG-UV920P for the same band repeater operation. So this 2 is for the same band repeater operation. So that means one is one band, say VHF is in receiving mode and the other unit is in transmitting mode. Both the same band. You could either do VHF and another VHF, or you can do UHF and another UHF. So you would require another KG-UV920P for that, which will not be covered in this tutorial demonstration. Okay, going back to our flowchart guide, we could see that changing the repeater mode is part 3C. Okay, so it's 3C because there are 3 main functions which you can control remotely on the KG-UV920P. I have so labeled here as 1 for remote stun, kill monitoring, 2 for remote power off and power on, and then 3 is remote changing of transceiver settings. So changing of repeater mode is under function 3C. Okay. Take note that for every setting that you'd like to change remotely, such as changing frequency, channel number, repeater mode, etc., etc., you must first do procedure B. Okay. Procedure B is simply holding your HT controller's PTT. You key in 1, 2, 3, pound menu down and release the PTT, and then within 30 seconds you do any of this. Okay, so since we would like to accomplish changing of repeater mode, we then do again on the HT controller, hold the PTT, use the codes below. So the code here is 03 and the matching mode code is depending on what repeater mode you would like to access, and then release the PTT. So for this matching mode code, we could see here that for radio mode, so normal communication mode, you do 031. For directional crossband repeater mode, you do 032. That's the matching mode code though. These are the matching mode code. These are just the codes to remotely change the repeater mode. Okay. And then lastly, for two-way crossband repeater mode, you do 0, 3, and the matching mode code is 3. Alright. Again, this cannot be controlled remotely. So that is why I have not written here the code and the matching mode code. Okay. So that's for 3C. Now, depending on the current state of our transceiver, as you can see here, we are in normal communication mode. I could still shift from side B to side A using button 1, right, like so, and then change frequency. Okay, so from 155.180, if I press the up button, it would change correspondingly. Alright, for purpose of uniformity, we will set our KG-UV920P in such a way that for side A we have an operating frequency of 462.700, and for side B 155.180. We would also set the master frequency display icon to be on side B, okay, as indicated by this inverted pyramid icon here. Alright, so when we have this kind of setup, we could now proceed to procedure A. Okay, so procedure A is activating the RCSW, or the so-called remote control feature of the KG-UV920P. So you do procedure A by holding the and then key in menu for menu on and menu. So let's try it right now. So menu
function select
4, so our CSW menu again. To enter selection, there are only two options that you could choose from. You could either do off or on. So you choose on using the up button, and then to confirm selection, press menu again. Then the KG-UV920P would reboot, this time with both VFOs locked as indicated by this icon. Now that we have done procedure A, we can now proceed to procedure 3C, but only after we have done procedure B. So if, for example, we would like to shift from normal communication mode to directional crossband repeater mode, you do procedure B followed by what? 3C. So that is hold PTT, this time of your HD controller, key in 1, 2, 3 menu, pound menu down, and release the PTT. Within 30 seconds, you hold again the HD controller, you hold the PTT, and use the code for changing to directional crossband repeater mode. So that would be 0, 3, 2, and then release the PTT. So let's try it right now. I will be using a Baofeng UV-5R as an HD controller. So to change from normal communication mode to directional crossband repeater mode, we will do this. So that's press the PTT, and then 1, 2, 3 pound menu down, release the PTT. Then there's that beep heard on the HD controller, and then within 30 seconds you hold the PTT again, and then you do 0, 3, and then 2, and release the PTT. Then what follows next is that the KG-UV920P would reboot, this time to directional crossband repeater mode. Alright, now in directional crossband repeater mode, the flow of traffic would be from our master frequency to the secondary VFO. So since our master frequency is 155.180, we could only transmit one way. So it's directional from the master frequency to the secondary frequency. So the secondary frequency would only be receiving. Okay, it would only be receiving whatever traffic or transmission coming from the master frequency. So how do we check if this would really work? I have here our HD controller with the operating frequency 155.180, the same as our master frequency. And then I have another Baofeng UV-5R with the frequency dialed in, same as our secondary frequency of the KG-UV920P. So it's 462.700. Okay. The direction of the flow of the traffic in directional crossband repeater mode would be from 155.180, which I have labeled as radio 1, to 462.700, which is radio 2. So let's try it now. Let's check. I don't know if you can see this in camera. So check 1 2 3, check 1 2 3. Check 1 2 3, check 1 2 3, check 1 2 3. Testing directional crossband repeater mode. Check 1 2 3, check 1 2 3. Alright. So the transmission would not go from, say, 462.700 to 155.180 because it's only one way. So one direction only. Direction would be from master to secondary. It can do secondary to master. So let's try it. So 462.700, sorry for the dust, and that's 155.180. So we can transmit to the master frequency. As you can see here, it is transmitting. Okay, right. But the other radio is not receiving because it's only one way. So it would only be from 155 to 462.700. See, that's directional crossband repeater mode. Now, to change from directional crossband repeater mode back to a normal transceiver communication mode, we will once again do procedure B here, followed by 3C. But this time, for the matching mode code, we will use 1 because the matching mode code for radio set radio mode or normal communication mode is 1. Okay, so let's do it now. Hold the PTT, right? Hold the PTT, and then 1, 2, 3 pound menu down, release. There's that beep, and then within 30 seconds you do procedure 3C. So hold the PTT, key in 0, 3, and the matching mode code for radio mode is 1, and release the PTT. This time
Frequency mode.
the KG-UV920P would reboot into normal transceiver communication mode. There is no longer that repeater, crossband repeater icon you can see here. So even if I say transmit, let's see, so this is 462.700. There you go, 462.700. This is 155.180. So it's normal communication mode. 462.700 is not receiving anything. Now, what if we would like to shift from normal communication mode to directional, two-way crossband repeater mode. So two-way crossband repeater mode would use code 033. So the matching mode code for two-way crossband repeater mode is 3033 to change to two-way crossband repeater mode from normal communication mode. To view that on the flowchart, that would be procedure B and then 3C, but this time 033 as the matching mode code. So let's do it now. Again, we will be using the HT controller. You hold the PTT, it is receiving, as you can see there, and key in 1, 2, 3 pound, menu down, release PTT. Okay, you heard the beep there, and then within 30 seconds you hold PTT again, as you can see there, you do 0, 3, and then 3, and release the PTT. Okay, the beep, after the beep, the KG-UV920P would reboot, this time to two-way crossband repeater mode. So there's really not a distinction visually for us to identify it is in directional two-way crossband repeater mode. So it will still have the same icon here. Both will have the RX icon because both can now listen and then transmit two-way. So let's check it. Again, this is our radio here. Radio 2 would have 462.700 and radio 1 155.180. So we will try it from 155 to 462.70 first. So you can see here. Check 1 2 3. Check 1 2 3. Testing two-way crossband repeater mode. Check 1 2 3. Check 1 2 3. Can we do it the other way this time. You see here we are transmitting from 462.700 then to 155.180. Okay. Testing two-way crossband repeater mode. Check 1 2 3. Check 1 2 3. Right, so 462.700, if you would refer to an FRS GMRS chart, that would be channel 21 on the chart. Okay, so let's turn this off first. Okay, and then I have here a toy walkie-talkie, which is set on channel 21, and then the other one here, the Baofeng UV-5R on 462.700. You will see that, okay, there it is receiving. So 462.700 is channel 21. Channel 21 is 462.700. Okay, let's try it. Check 1 2 3. Check 1 2 3. Okay, this time check it here. Check 1 2 3. Check 1 2 3. Check 1 2 3. Check 1 2 3. Okay, so we turn this off. Radio 2, and this time we will communicate using intercommunicate through the repeater. Okay.
Frequency mode.
Okay, so it's 155.180. Let's see if this toy walkie-talkie would receive the transmission from 155.180 here. Alright. So it's working. Let's check it out. Check 1 2 3. 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 Check. This time we listen. Transmit this time from our walkie-talkie to the Baofeng UV-5R via the Wouxun KG-UV920P two-way crossband repeater. Check 1 2 3. Check 1 2 3. Testing. Two-way crossband repeater mode. Transmitting from a toy walkie-talkie. Check 1 2 3. Check 1 2 3. Check 1 2 3. Check 1 2 3. So that's it. It's working. Now, we are now in two-way crossband repeater mode. What if we would like to go back to normal communication mode? So what we do again is use the matching mode code of 1031 after doing procedure B and 3C. So let's try it again. Our master frequency, our controller. Press the PTT, hold the PTT, 1 2 3, pound menu down. Alright, do that once again. So for every unsuccessful attempt, you have to press PTT and 99. Okay, so let's do that once again. 1 2 3, pound menu down. There's that beep, and then follow it up with PTT and then 031, and the KG-UV920P reboots this time in normal communication mode. Now let's check it if it's really in normal communication mode. We try to transmit. As you can see, it's not receiving. The other side, the VHF radio is not receiving. TX transmitting, not receiving. So we are in normal communication mode. Alright, so check it this time. Here, transmitting, as you can see there, not receiving there. Transmitting, not receiving. See, there is no RX icon. That sound is coming from what? From here. Okay? So there you have it. That's how basically you do changing of the repeater mode remotely on the Wouxun KG-UV920P dual band transceiver. I hope that helps, and thank you very much for watching. Maraming salamat po.